Shout out Burner, man. Shout out Cookies. You feel me? When they getting on the camera, shout out Vibes. You know, got this from Nirvana, 35th Ave in Phoenix, Arizona. You feel me? I don't know why the camera's zooming in by itself, but it's been a long time coming though. But I can't forget the intro. What it do? You do? Today's video, I'm going to chime in with a quick impromptu video. Actually, I'm going to chime in with episode 10 of the Esoteric Files. And today, we're going to continue talking about the whole Tupac murder being solved. Now, check this shit out. Before I, finish going into this episode, I'm saying, back on these cookies pre-roll. So, um, I just copped this. This is legit. This is actually cookies. You feel me? Got the cookie certified right there. You see what I'm saying? I got this from Nirvana, 35th Ave. You know what I'm saying? Phoenix, Arizona, they had the deals today. One pre-roll for $13 after tax, like $16, which is not bad, but I don't want to pay $16 for a pre-roll every time. But at the same time, I know this is Turner and Cookies fam. Like, I know this is they shit, so I know this is not ordinary weed. This is not regular shit. This is exotic shit. So, you know what I'm saying? This strain is called Melon Bar. It doesn't say the strain on the pre-roll. It don't say the percentages and all that, but I got up, I looked on their website. It was like 23% But this cookies, though, this most definitely legit. Here with the plastic. I took it out the plastic. If you don't believe me, you see what I'm saying? Here's the plastic that it came in. I took it out of that. You know what I'm saying? Here's the case. Haven't flamed it up yet. You see what I'm saying? Here's the cookies logo on it. It says Vibes. You see what I'm saying? So this is legit. Strain called Melon Bar. Shout out Burner. Shout out Cookies fam. Now let's get into this shit, man. So this whole Tupac shit been getting crazier, man. Rest in peace, Tupac. And I know a lot of people gonna say you trying to make Tupac seem like he was a saint and all that, and it's not even that, because we know Tupac, he was punching and kicking a nigga before he got shot and killed. But at the same time, it's cause and effect. Why was he punching and kicking that nigga? Because that nigga stole something from his crew. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that went. Excuse me. And unfortunately, it ended up like that. But it's all orchestrated. Like Professor Griff said, shout out Professor Griff, shout out Serious Minds, shout out Donnie People, shout out DMO TV. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Public Enemy. Got that motherfucking cookies lit. It's been a long time coming, man. Alright, I check this shit out. Yeah, this some good weed. Hell no, but no, I'm saying hell no. I'm just like hell no. You know how you laugh, you like hell no, that's crazy. I was like one of those type of things, but that shit is fire though. Yeah, this shit wild though. Cause look, check it out. So right. So if you pay attention to the timeline, of how things unfolded. Technically speaking, not hypothetically, but technically, Tupac and Biggie. I mean, it's kind of contradicting to say this because this could go in different ways. But what I'm trying to the point I'm trying to get across is like Tupac and Biggie was the last of like the Black Panther Party that was actually righteous. Now, the reason why Tupac was on that gang shit and that thug life is because that's what the Black Panthers got reduced to in that era that Tupac was coming up. See, the Black Panthers originally started. That's why you got to peep game, man. Look, I'm too surgical with this shit. I'm super surgical with this shit. And then the cookies on this top of this shit. This shit just make it even, man, make me even fucking super, super, super surgical with this shit. You see what I'm saying? Now check this out. So, remember, the Black Panthers were started in Oakland, 1966, right? Way before my time, probably way before a lot of people time was watching this. And a lot of people who, yeah, very few people who are watching this probably grew up in that time, can relate, woo, woo, woo. But check this out, what I'm about to say. Pay attention to the timeline. See, this is why these niggas can't fool me because I'm paying attention. I observe the details. I'm watching the timeline. So the Black Panthers, they was created in 1966 in Oakland. They was created originally to protect the neighborhood against the KKK and the police. If you don't know, police originally was invented to bring back runaway slaves that ran away from the plantation. This is 100% factual. You see what I'm saying? And if you do not know anything about Black history or African American history, take an African American history class. You know what I'm saying? Take a Black history class. You know what I'm saying? And they give you some insight, and then you know what I'm saying. You'll look at so-called Black people differently, especially the ones in America. Now check this shit out. Now check this shit out. This shit's some fire ass shit, man. Shout out Burner, man. For real, for real. I see why this shit costs so much. But so around that time, 1966, it wasn't the civil rights movement just yet. Well, it was actually going in that time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, actually, it was a civil rights movement. Actually, excuse me, it was a civil rights movement because Martin Luther King got assassinated in 1968, if I'm not mistaken. And oh shit, and real shit. And really, the Black Panthers was created out of the whole movement of the civil rights movement. That's how the Black Panther was formed. See, a lot of people don't know the back history on this. Now I can't tell you exactly all the details and who was standing right there and all that shit like that because I wasn't there. I wasn't born yet. But at the same time, the guy can get you close enough where you can put the pieces together. You see what I'm saying? So check it out. This is around the civil rights movement. This is in that era. So remember, a lot of Black people and shit was getting beat and dogs sicked on them, sprayed with water hoses and all that type of stuff, right? By the police and all these racist KKK motherfuckers. Now, let me get this. Let me just say this. Let me state this. Not all white people are bad. Not all Europeans are bad. You see what I'm saying? You got some good ones out there. That's aware and know the truth. Very few, but you do have some good ones. And also, not all police are bad. You have some good ones that are out there. You do. You absolutely do. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I know some of them. You know what I'm saying? Not to be on no snitch and shit or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, like, you have good police out there. You know what I'm saying? You got good. It's good and bad in everything. You see what I'm saying? Let's just put it like that. But you do have good police out there. Let me just say that. Unfortunately, it's sad because it's a lot of bad ones that's just a face of, law enforcement, such. And I'm not saying it. I'm just speaking in general term. I'm not saying for like any specific place or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying. It's good and bad and everything. Now, during this era, you see what I'm saying. When Martin Luther King was doing his speeches and all that, the Black Panthers was forming underground. You see what I'm saying? So 1966, shit already. You see what I'm saying? Already been hitting the fan and shit like that. So the Black Panthers is, what I'm saying, is that fallout of that whole civil rights movement. You see what I'm saying? Black people coming together, being standing strong, having unity. You see what I'm saying? Actually speaking up not only for just black people, but for human rights. See what I'm saying? That's what the Black Panther Party originally standing for, was for humanitarianism, philanthropy, giving back to people. You see what I'm saying? This is what this shit all is all about. And the reason why the Black Panthers was looking out for black people the most, because we were the ones who was getting beat, going through all this shit, identity stolen from us and shit like that, because we ain't had nobody really to speak up for us. Yeah, we had Martin Luther King, but Martin Luther King was the forefront of the peace, the peacemaker. You see what I'm saying? You got your peacemaker, but at the same time, you got your goons too. That's how this shit's supposed to go. Martin Luther King knew that. Martin Luther King was from Birmingham, Alabama. It's cracking out there. It ain't sweet. It's cracking out there. You see what I'm saying? So he knew what time it was. That's why, what I'm saying, Martin Luther King, that's why he was marching with the Black Panthers, all that shit, nigga. Martin Luther King was with that shit. But he knew if he wanted to be the face and actually make a change, you can't be on no violent shit when you talk about making a change. And don't get me wrong, like, you ain't gonna let a nigga hit you, put their hands on you and all that type of shit like that. But at the same time, it's just back in that day, it's just like, motherfucker gotta show up, motherfucker better make it tell them. Because, back then, there was so much propaganda and bullshit going on. It's ridiculous, man. Like, this shit, wow. And that's not the only shit that even went on. But I'm just giving you the backstory of this shit. So as time went on, I'm not sure exactly when Tupac was born. I think he was born like maybe 1971, 1972, something like that. So he's still around that era, because my mom, she was born in 1975. So that's still in that era. So the Black Panthers were still standing strong. But the Black Panther Party got destroyed, and like a whole, you know what I'm saying, like the organization and the structure, it got destroyed in 1983. What's significant about 1983? 1983 is when crack cocaine hit America and fucked everything up. That's the Ronald Reagan era. That's why Ronald Reagan was brought in around that time, because his whole mission, his whole thing, and people don't even know, Ronald Reagan is really from Tampico, Illinois. You see what I'm saying? I'm from Chicago, Illinois. You see what I'm saying? I do my research. Chicago, all this shit that they putting on is propaganda, bro. Chicago is really a place for scholars and engineers and architects and all this type of shit. But things have happened, and blood has been spilled, and that's just a whole different story. But all this shit is all propaganda. It's just another form of gentrification. They just put a new face on it and a new name. But anyway, so as this time's going on, you see what I'm saying? Tupac, he's a descendant of the Black Panthers, a direct descendant, because his mom was one of the most high-ranking, powerful Black Panthers. You see what I'm saying? In New York, and you gotta remember, New York, Chicago, and California. And you really think about it, those are the three biggest cities in America. But they was also the three main headquarters for the Black Panthers in their days. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. So check this shit out. Tupac being a direct descendant, they already made him a target because his mom was a target, and his stepdad, I think his name was Matulu Shakur or something like that. He was a target. He was one of the most wanted people by the feds because he blew up a federal building, all type of shit. Like, they was already on that gangster shit, that militant shit. But when the crack cocaine came and that $1 million that the government gave the Black Panther Party, destroyed the Black Panther Party because they started doing their own supply. And don't get me wrong, you had a few people that had their little reign and that was smart enough to not do it and all that shit. And they was like crack cocaine bosses and all that, but that's a whole different story. I'm talking about Freeway Ricky Ross, and you probably had some other players back then that probably not as known. They just low key with it. But I'm just saying, like, you see what I'm saying? So check this out. Remember, this the 80s. This 83. I still wasn't even born yet. I was born 95. It's 83. So that's when crack cocaine hit. Crack cocaine hit is when the Black Panther Party was destroyed completely. After the Black Panther Party got destroyed, you still had descendants and all that shit. But like Tupac mom, she was a political prisoner, and then it's this other dude they still got in prison right now. He's a political prisoner that they haven't even let out. I forgot his name, but he killed a cop back in the day, and yeah, they kept him as a political prisoner. Probably because he know too much, too powerful to hit the streets. You see what I'm saying? So, and the Black Panthers was also able to unite and come together. That's another reason why they became it. You see what I'm saying? And check this out. So Tupac, him rising up to become the biggest star and one of the biggest stars in the world, even to this day, even through the grave, he still speaks through the grave. Same thing with Biggie and all them. Biggie, P. Diddy, you see what I'm saying? Tupac, Suge Knight, all these niggas are descendants and connected to the Black Panthers. But Tupac directly connected to the Black Panthers because his mom was one of the top female bosses in the Black Panthers that was actually putting in work. You see what I'm saying? And Tupac was marked because of that. But remember, all them niggas is still connected. Cause like I said, the gangs and all that shit, them the descendants of the Black Panthers too. They just like fallen Black Panthers, the ones that just they got corrupted from that government attack with the crack cocaine and the $1 million. You see what I'm saying? So remember this now. This around the '90s and shit. The Black Panthers, yeah, that shit, all that gangster shit, that's just still going on. But yeah, it's been killed and all that shit. I remember when Tupac made that interview, he was talking about Illuminati, and he was talking about some God willing, if I'm alive, I'm going to have my own political party, and we're gonna be sitting right across from the Tea Party, the Democrats, the Republicans, all that shit. Remember when he said that? Cause that's that Black Panther shit talking in Tupac. You see what I'm saying? It's all about creating your own political party to the point where you can sit at a table and speak to these elite people. You see what I'm saying? You can sit and speak to these people. They're not just going to sit and talk to anybody. And you a nigga too? Oh, hell no. You see what I'm saying? You got to be moving a certain way. And the Black Panthers was moving a certain way. They was a party. And this is the thing. See, Democrat, Republican, all this shit, it's all politics. But politics is just a fancy way of saying, like, this is different gangs and different factions and shit like that, basically. But this gang, this, political group, they actually stand for something. So basically, you're using politics and actually doing stuff for the community and building the community and building bridges and stuff like that with different people. You're using that to your advantage to speak to people to actually have a greater cause. This is what these parties and stuff are supposed to do. So when black people actually had a party and came together and was actually speaking on these type of topics, getting school lunches for children, making it free, and backpack drives and school drives, all that shit came from the Black Panthers. That's why it's free school lunches now, because that's all that shit was implemented during that Black Panther party time. And that's why they had to destroy the Black Panthers, because the black people was at that point was the strongest we ever been until they hit that crack cocaine shit. And like I said, that's what whole Ronald Reagan's job was to do, was to come in and destroy the Black Panther Party. And once he did that, he was successful. That's when he started getting the movies. That's when he started doing all this other shit. Bro, I used to work at the Ronald Reagan Library in Simi Valley, bro. Them niggas got fighter jets in that motherfucker, but they shells, the shell version. Like they took out the engine and all that shit like that, and all the other little components and parts, and it's just the shell of that. But this is some alien shit that these niggas got, bro. Fighter jet shit that you press a button and blow a nigga up. Well, I seen this shit, bro, up close. I'm telling you, this shit is real. Shit is real. He got rewarded all that shit, the Ronald Reagan Library, all that shit, because he carried out the one of the biggest missions, boy. I'm telling you. And then during that era, you had the motherfucking what was it called? The Contras and the Sandinistas and shit. They had this fight. You know what I'm saying? And the government was putting all that money to help fund that war in South America and shit like that. But all this shit is connected. All this shit is deep, bro. All this shit is another form of gentrification. And that was the whole point of Ronald Reagan to implement. Real shit. And that's how Tupac got killed. And when Tupac, yeah, with the Quincy Jones shit and all that too, but that was really to kill Tupac was also gonna kill off that last of the Black Panther. See, Tupac was really like the last of the good Black Panthers, so was Biggie and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? They was like the last of the righteous era, especially like Public Enemy and shit like that. They tried to kill Professor Griff. Professor Griff talked about it, but that boy a soldier, so they couldn't. You see what I'm saying? He survived it. He's still here to this day, which is a blessing. You see what I'm saying? Thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? Because he one of the best scholars, best elders that I've ever, you know what I'm saying, counted to him. Including the 13th son. The 13th son is actually a great scholar as well. You see what I'm saying? You got a few of them out there too, like Dr. Phil Valentine. You see what I'm saying? He's an amazing scholar. Billy Carson, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I know this was a long video, but this is a real episode. Boy, shout out to the cookies, man. Shout out to Burner. And yeah. This shit is real. This shit is fucked up. I'm telling you, that shit is wild, bro. That shit is crazy. I'm telling you, I just put this shit in perspective. I just gave you a timeline of what the fuck happened. And then, after Tupac and them died, that's when they start implementing all this gay shit. That's when they start implementing all this other shit. But remember, when Tupac was alive, they was trying to get him to do it. And he turned Quincy Jones down. And then Tupac got marked for death. But they knew killing Tupac was going to kill the last of that Black Panther righteous shit, because they knew when they killed Tupac, they was coming at the Public Enemy and all that shit. All that shit was marked. Dame Dash was marked. Dame Dash was connected to Aaliyah. Aaliyah best friend, she was marked. She was connected to who the fuck she was connected to? I think she was connected to I guess you could say Aaliyah. I forgot what he said. And then they had Tupac. But Tupac was connected to Aaliyah too. All this shit is connected. So basically, yeah, it was all the same shit. So all them people who, like he said, they either got brought to ruins or they got killed. And being brought to ruins is basically like being killed, because they fuck you up so bad that they either put you through the starvation ritual, which they're trying to do to me and which they've been doing to me, or they put you through the motherfucking yeah, basically, yeah, or they kill you basically. You see what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. But shit, I told them fuck niggas, ain't no killing me. They know what time it is, man. You know what time it is. I'm a Terminator out here, and I'm finna come back. But I'm just being humble about this shit. I'm just breaking this shit down though. But this is facts though. Like, I'm telling you, man, this shit wicked, and it's all starting to come out. And niggas thought this shit would never come out. And it's crazy that niggas been paying for these conspiracy theories and all this shit. Tupac in Cuba, Tupac this, Tupac that, Tupac that. Whole time they actually killed this dude, but it was another black motherfucker who did it. An ugly black motherfucker. An ugly black motherfucker at that. You see what I'm saying? That shit sick. And she gonna come back to P. Diddy, and then she gonna come back to Quincy Jones, boy. Real shit, boy. I'm telling you. Wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. That way. Fuck them demons. Fuck the ops.